So what I didn't know when I started this out was that 52 million people actually are affected by sexual dysfunction. So it's actually almost more common to have sexual dysfunction than not to have sexual dysfunction. I actually had sexual dysfunction, that's why I started this company. So if you have pain with sex, which I'm just going to go forward, vaginal dryness is actually usually how it starts, and it's not always because we're old, right? That's one reason, but you could be nursing, you could be taking antihistamines, you could be really stressed out. There's a lot of reasons that any of these symptoms would get started, and they all create each other, so they travel like a pack, and it's very hard to know which one starts which. But you know, once you get one, you usually end up with the others. And so doctors will tell you, you know, that you should get a lubricant or, you know, some kind of something. You'll just use this. But, you know, the problem is that 90% of those things are made with petrochemicals like propylene glycol, polyethylene glycol, and actually worse still, they're preserved with methyl and propylparabens, and those are found in carcinogenic tissues in breast cancer. And so if you already have that problem, the one I just described to you, and then, so you already have sensitivity, and then you use these kind of products, these are our two biggest competitors, then what you get is itching and burning. So it's a real party. And so then you go to the store, and because the doctor says, well, try this lubricant, right? And everything they give you, Replens, Astroglide, KY Jelly, they all are made of the same ingredients. So you try one product, and then you try another product, and each time you use it, just like any sensitivity, it's worse. And this is the most sensitive tissue in the body. And recently, there was actually another study that was done that there's a thing called isomolarity, which basically tells you how similar a product is to molecular tissue in terms of how much moisture is in it. And all the products that are on the market that are best-selling are hypoisomolar. I mean, I didn't know about this until HIV Alliance tested ours and found that our product is actually almost identical to human tissue, whereas those products are so hypoisomolar, which means that they extract moisture, and so that's the burning and the itching. And they also create fissures and make you more susceptible to venereal disease. So this is a huge problem, and what I want you to know about this problem is that if you're a woman and you have these issues, then the man has those issues too, right? I mean, no couple, I mean, you only need one person in a couple to have the problem for everybody to have the problem. Men's issues, you know, even though they seem so different, are actually very similar. A lot of men suffer from libido issues and erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. And really, when you start to look at sort of the biology of it, they're really not that different than female issues. You know, but men have this, you know, instant on button, right? So, which, you know, is actually usually just creates tumult. Because if a woman has sort of a corollary issue, then, you know, the best lubricant in the world is not going to get her at the place that Levitra is, right?